Hey everybody, thought I'd do a quick review and assembly of this new mining frame that aaawave sent out to me to do a review on. This is their new model called the Pan, which is a 6 to 8 GPU mining frame. One thing I noticed right off the bat is this is a pretty small box, so a lot smaller than the boxes my previous frames have come in, so be interesting to see what's inside. Now my last frame was the sluice, which is what I currently have, and it's a kind of an aluminum, and this was, according to their website, an iron frame. So, and also some of the other ones they have like a plexiglass base and stuff, but this just looks to be like a all iron based frame. So let's see what it looks like. Not really a lot to it, which is nice. Hopefully it'll be an easy assemble without the some of the other mining frames. They have that like a unistrut. It's an aluminum bars that have these channel nuts you got to put into it, and they're kind of a real pain to install. It takes a while. Okay, got some little side sticker pieces. Let's see. Oh, not really a lot to this frame, so that's pretty nice. Let's see. We've got looks like the front piece, the back piece, the base, and some side pieces. So go ahead and organize these real quick. Maybe take a couple pictures for the website. Got some instructions. Should be easy enough to put together. I might just speed it up through the assembly process so you guys don't have to watch me fumbling around with these screws and everything too. So I'll go ahead and get started. Okay, here's the base. To get started, I'm just going to go ahead and start with the long front piece and kind of mount that to the front of the base. You can tell the front of the base pretty easy because it's got the screws on the side of it in the front side part for the power supply bracket. So I'm just go ahead and mount this long bar on here. Let's see, I'll go ahead and just line it up. The base is tapped, which is kind of nice, so pretty much this whole thing looks like it's going to be put together with a Phillips screwdriver and then just like a 3/16 socket to put on those motherboard standoffs. So, okay, let me go ahead and fast forward this for you guys. Okay, I went back and I watched this video, and it sounded really awkward with these long pauses of silence when I kind of sped it up to show this assembly part. So I'm just going to dub it over a little bit and put some voice in here or something. Just I mean, it sounded really weird. So anyways, basically here was just is like each leg of these had like 3 screws on it, so you just gotta get these 3 screws in on each leg, and I did the front piece here, and then you'll see in the next part I do the back. But one thing I want to say is really easy to put together compared to some of those other mining rigs where you had the channel unibar strut. As a matter of fact, I ended up liking this one so much. The size of it was so small that it really fit perfectly on kind of my desk area where I keep my miner. So I'm going to keep this one instead of the other one I had, which was kind of made for 2 power supplies, so it was really wide, and this one just fit really nice. Okay, now I'll do basically the same thing with the back here. Basically grab the shorter bar that goes on the back, and there's 3 Phillips screws per each side of that bar, so I'll go ahead and put those in and get that done. I'll speed this up to twice the speed so you can still see what I'm doing, but it won't be painfully slow, hopefully. Okay, well, while it's running at double speed here, one thing I also want to mention is I have it's set up right now as for 6 cards. I only have 5 actually sitting in it, but that end one I have missing. But with the 6 cards in, it looks like you get about 1.5 inches of space between each card, which is definitely very good. Looks like with 8, I don't have 8. I wish I should probably line this up and see, but I'm guessing with 8 maybe you get between 1/2 inch and 1 inch of space between each card. So anyways, it's really a nice little condensed frame, and there's not a lot of room between the power supply. So it's really close to the motherboard. I mean, they just condense that space really good. So I just really like the amount of space that this thing takes up, which is which is nice for me. I'm just a hobby miner. I just have the single mining rig that I'm using, so you know, this is perfect in my scenario. And it was, you know, I was just checking out the prices, and you know, under $50, which is, you know, a good deal for kind of a pre-made case like this. And it's, you know, after I got it together, it was really sturdy. Okay, now with the front and back on, I'm going to go ahead and add these side pieces. And one thing just to mention, that I usually leave all these screws kind of loose in here, and then I'll do kind of a final tighten at the end. That way all the holes line up a little bit better. Seems to always work good for me, so you may want to try the same. But this thing's going together really fast, which is nice. You know, just can't believe just a few screws and this thing will be done. Kind of anxious to see what it's like with a motherboard and power supply in here, because it's really compact. I mean, there's this base isn't really that big, so it'll be interesting to see. I think I'm gonna have to transfer all my equipment onto this rig just to try it, because I'm pretty curious. So anyways, I'll go ahead and pause this and go double speed till the end of these parts. Sorry if I'm repeating myself on this, but one thing I do want to mention is that with the motherboard, when I did get it mounted in here, I did notice that there were only 6 standoffs in the package. So I needed, my motherboard takes 9 standoffs, so I ended up having to go into my spares and grab 3 spare standoffs. So just in case your motherboard might take more, it might take less, but just keep that in mind. The other thing is the price when I was looking at it, I mean, it looks like a really good deal, under $50. I think my first frame I paid like $120 for, but that price didn't include fans, and I will mount fans in here, so that would be an extra option. But just keep that in mind. Okay, next here I got the center bar, which is going to be the main GPU support bar. So this just kind of fits inside that channel there, and get the screw on each side. I'm putting it in the forward hole. Looks like you can adjust it and put it in the forward or the rear hole. So I'll keep going. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up on Facebook. Also, you can go to the website. I'm taking pictures kind of as I do this, and so you can go check it out on the website. It has a little blog article on it. So that's MyRandomTechBlog.com. So anyways, also if you like this, go ahead and, you know, I appreciate if you give out any likes or want to subscribe. That'd be really awesome. Anyways, I'll go ahead and continue on. Okay, now that we got the center bar on, we're kind of gonna go ahead and mount this power supply bracket. It just kind of goes on the front here, which is pretty convenient. I still can't get over how small this thing is. I mean, it's a pretty small and light frame. My other frame is huge compared to this, so it'll be kind of interesting to see if I can squeeze everything in this one, and it might be easier to carry this one around when I take it out for its monthly. I usually take it outside and blow all the dust off it. These GPUs seem to collect so much dust. So, okay, get this power supply bracket. Looks like it's not as adjustable. The power supply really can only go one way on this, so it's going to have to lay down flat, where I had mine sideways on the other frame. Okay, these little sticky foam covers will cover the GPU straps. I'll stick them down in just a minute, but that's basically where they go. They go kind of on the center bar and the back straps. You can just put your video cards on it and they'll rest on it and not actually rest on the metal. They'll be resting on the little rubber foam straps, so that's kind of nice. Okay, going to give everything a final tighten. You know, did everything kind of loose to begin with, so just kind of go through. And I'm not going to be a monster. I don't know how well these screws can take the torque, since, you know, it's just kind of tapped in there, but I'll just give it a good really snug tightening just to make sure everything's good to go, so I can carry this thing around. I'll put those straps back on. I'll stick them down just a bit before I mount my GPUs. Move this thing around. I probably should have sped up this part too. Let me do that real quick. I'll go through and speed up this part of the video for you. this was another one of those long, awkward silences, so I'll just mention what I'm putting in this rig. Basically, this is basically an NVIDIA mining rig. So I have a 1070 Ti, 1070, 1060, and a couple old 750 Ti's that I had from kind of upgrading my son's computer and my desktop. So basically it's just got 5 cards in it that'll be going into it, and they're all NVIDIA. The motherboard is an Asus 270A Prime, and the power supply is a EVGA 1000 watt. I've been mining Ravencoin on it, and it uses seems to hit about 500 watts of power with those cards. So just in case you were wondering and curious, not financial advice, of course. This will probably make nothing, and maybe I'll just have a big power bill to show for it. But anyways, it's fun. It's a hobby, and that's kind of why I do it. Anyways, kind of a fun thing. I kind of had switched around coins for a while, but now I kind of just seem to settle down on one for a while. So it's kind of an open source project, so giving it a try. Anyways, putting in the standoffs here, you can see, and I had them in the wrong spot, so I had to readjust them once I got my motherboard, kind of lined up. I'm like, oops, that was a mistake. aaawave also sent out these fans for me. These are optional and not included with the price when I looked online. Basically, the price of the frame only was, I checked it out on Amazon and on aaawave, and both of them are selling it for under $50. So, it's a really good price for a mining rig frame. I've seen definitely these people selling these, wooden ones that are, really cheap, and this seems a lot more sturdy already. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and mount these fans on. Again, these are optional, but you can always buy them online or use probably any 120 millimeter fan here. So, anyways, I'll get all these mounted up and fast forward it so you guys don't have to watch me screw them all in. I also want to mention that, granted the prices on this frame is really reasonable. It seems like everything seems to be kind of dropping in price right now, which is really good. I mean, I was looking at GPU prices. They've definitely been coming back down to kind of normal. I mean, they were getting pretty crazy for a while there. So kind of nice. Maybe I'll get another GPU. I'd like to have at least 6 GPUs in this, so I'll probably do a little bit of shopping around. Although I think I'm gonna buy used. I'm gonna try some used ones, because see if I can save a few bucks. Save some money where you can. Anyways, I was looking on a few places, Craigslist and stuff, seeing maybe I can pick up another 1060 or 1070. It'd be nice to swap out those 750 Ti's with something a little bigger too. My power supply can definitely handle it, so that's a good thing. So that's one thing I guess kind of keep in mind. I just have a single power supply, and that's all this frame will handle, so it works good for me. But if you are running dual power supplies, and maybe you got like 8 1080 Ti's or something that uses a lot of power, you might want to get a frame that's gonna handle dual power supplies. This one won't. It's just gonna handle a single power supply. But in my situation, this works out perfect for me. So I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm pretty happy with this frame. I didn't need that extra space like I had with the other one. Wow, well, that's pretty much it for the assembly. I mean, it goes together really easy. Something like 20-something screws, and you're pretty much done. And then those motherboard standoffs. So anyways, seems like a really sturdy frame, and just a really good deal for the price. When I was looking, it was under $50. And that didn't include the fans, so they may have an option where you can get the fans extra, for cheaper, or you can just use your own 120 millimeter fans. But I do like the looks of these orange ones. Anyways, I hope you liked it. Hope you liked the video. Feel free to visit the website if you want some more pictures. I show some pictures of me mounting the motherboard and the power supply, and kind of getting the GPUs on there. So anyways, here's some pictures of it running, currently mining Ravencoin. Thanks a lot for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you like to. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.